Hello, my name is Tang Zhang with the California Department of Education Expanded Learning Division. Here with me is my colleague Raquel Montero. Thank you for joining us on the annual outcome-based data for evaluations and continuous quality improvement report webinar. Next slide, please.
Goals of the webinar. The goal of the webinar is to provide grantees information on why the data is collected, description of the report, report due date, submission process, submission status, common issues with uploading and reporting issues, and additional resources for grantees. Next slide, please.
Why does the Expanded Learning Division EXLD collect the data? 1. The outcome data section is the first part of the annual outcome-based data report. The reported student and attendance data in this section are part of the biannual report that is submitted to the California State Legislature on expanded learning programs in California. Next slide, please. Why does the EXLD collect the data too? The continuous quality improvement CQI section is the second part of the report. California Education Code sections 8427 and 8484 requires all state and federally funded expanded learning programs serving elementary, middle, and high school students in California to submit evidence of a data-driven program quality improvement process. Next slide, please.
What is in the report? Templates 1. There are 2 templates for the report. After School Programs Evaluations, ASP Eval, for After School Education and Safety, ACES, and 21st Century Community Learning Centers, CCLC grantees, and After School Safety and Enrichment for Teens, ASSETs, for 21st Century High School ASSETs grantees. Next slide, please. What is in the report? Templates 2. As mentioned earlier, there are 2 sections to the report: outcome data for evaluation and CQI. Next slide, please.
Report due date. The report is due each year in the fall. Please report to the CD webpage each year for the due date. Once the reports are submitted, EXLD staff will start downloading and reviewing the data for each report. Next slide, please. Submission process. An email with the submission instructions and reporting templates is sent to all grantees. The report must be submitted via the California Department of Education's X-Files file transfer system, www.cde.gov/index/PID=PID87. This report is not submitted in the After School Support Information System, ASSIST, or via email. Next slide, please. Submission status. Grantees will not be notified or receive a receipt of submission. However, if there are any issues with the report, EXLD staff will contact the uploader or the grantee by using the grant contacts in ASSIST. Next slide, please.
Common issues. File encryption password field 1. A successful upload does not necessarily mean EXLD staff can download the report. There are pre-populated characters in the file encryption password field. The picture is a snapshot of the X-Files file transfer system where you can 1. Choose the file to upload, 2. Enter the description information, 3. Enter the file encryption password, and 4. Upload/submit the report. Next slide, please. Common issues, file encryption password field 2. The pre-populated characters must be deleted first. Then the uploader must type or copy and paste the file encryption password that is provided in the instruction email prior to clicking the Upload File button. EXLD staff will use the same file encryption password to download. The uploader or grantee will be contacted if there are any issues with the password. Next slide, please. Common issues, file encryption password field 3. It is important to note that if there are multiple reports to be uploaded, the person inputting the reports must delete the characters in the file encryption password field and then retype or copy and paste the file encryption password each time for each report prior to clicking the Upload File button. Next slide, please.
Common issues, description field. The description field should include the name and email of the person uploading the report. If there are any issues with the report, EXLD will use the contact information to communicate any problems with the report submission. The picture is a snapshot of the X-Files file transfer system where you can 1. Choose the file to upload, 2. Enter the description information, 3. Enter the file encryption password, and 4. Upload, submit the report. Next slide, please. Common issues, file name. If there are any issues with the report and there is no contact information in the description field, see slide 13. The file name of the report is important when trying to identify the grantee. Please use the following naming convention for the report: grantee name, fiscal year, and report type. Example, XYZ Unified 2021-22 ASP eval, or XYZ Unified 2021-22 assets. Next slide, please.
Common issues. ASP eval reports 1. If a local education agency, LEA, County Office of Education, district, charter school, or city municipality is the grantee for an ACES grant, then only one ASP eval report needs to be submitted. If an LEA or city municipality is the grantee for an ACES grant and a 21st CCLC grant in the multiple cohorts, example, cohort 11 or 12, then only one ASP eval report needs to be submitted. Next slide, please. Common issues. ASP eval reports 2. If an LEA is the grantee for an ACES grant or a community-based organization, CBO, is the grantee for a 21st CCLC grant for the same or some of the same sites in the ACES grant, then there is to be 2 separate ASP eval reports submitted. One ASP eval for the LEA's ACES grant and one ASP eval for the CBO's 21st CCLC grant. Next slide, please. Common issues. ASP eval reports 3. If an umbrella or charter school organization has multiple ACES and or 21st CCLC grants, and the grantee name listed is different for each of those grants, then a separate ASP eval report is needed for each grant. Example, XYZ Charter Organizations, ACES grant -XYZ Charter Elementary, ACES grant XYZ Charter Middle School, or 21st CCLC-XYZ Charter Organization. Next slide, please. Common issues, ASP eval reports 4. If a CBO has multiple 21st CCLC grants in different cohorts, example, cohort 11 or 12, they only need to submit one ASP eval report for the sites in those grants. Next slide, please. Common issues, ASP eval reports 5. If a CBO is the after-school provider for a grantee who has an ACES or 21st CCLC grant and they are submitting the report for those grantees, please make sure to review the information in slides 15, 16, and 17. Next slide, please.
Common issues, assets reports. If an LEA or CBO is the grantee for multiple assets grants in different cohorts, example, cohort 11 or 12, they only need to submit one assets report for the sites in those grants. Next slide, please. Common issues, report format. Please upload the reports, ASP eval and assets, in Excel format. Do not upload the report as a PDF file. EXLD staff needs to clean the data for formatting issues and compile the report into a larger Excel spreadsheet. Next slide, please. Common issues, zipping a file. Please do not zip a file before submitting. The Xfile file transfer system will automatically zip the Excel file after clicking the Upload File button. Next slide, please. Common issues, password protected files. Please do not password protect the Excel file. This will cause a delay in completing the data review process. Next slide, please. Common issues, assist contacts. If the description field does not have a name or email and there's an issue with the report, EXLD staff uses assist to search for the grant contacts. If the file name has the correct naming convention, please make sure that grant contacts are up to date in assist. Next slide, please.
Reporting issues. ASP Eval Reports 1. Reporting template. The picture is a snapshot of the Outcome Data tab of the ASP Eval Reporting template, which has the column descriptions and the data needed. Next slide, please. Reporting issues. ASP Eval Reports 2. Attendance columns. Column H, 3 hour, and I, 6 hour for supplemental, September to April, example. Fiscal year 2021-22 is September 2021 to April 2022. This is only for ACES and or 21st CCLC grantees that have supplemental funding and ran either a 3-hour program or 6-hour program during the school year, weekends, vacations, or breaks. Next slide, please. Reporting issues. ASP Eval Reports 3. Attendance columns. Column J, 3 hour, and K, 6 hour for supplemental. Example, fiscal year 2021 to 2022, July 2021 to August 2021, and May 2022 to June 2022. This is only for ACES and or 21st CCLC grantees that have supplemental funding and ran either a 3-hour or 6-hour program during the summer. Next slide, please.
Reporting issues, CQI Section 1. CQI columns. The picture is a snapshot of the CQI section of the ASP Eval and Assets report. Next slide, please. Reporting issues, CQI Section 2. Data cells. When submitting CQI data for a school site, please do not leave any cells in that row blank. If not working on a quality standard or a particular stakeholder was not involved in the program, please put in a 0. Next slide, please. Resources. Annual Outcome and CQI Frequently Asked Questions webpage. https://www.cde.ca.gov/ls/evalfaq.asp. Annual Outcome ACES and 21st CCLC Instruction webpage. https://www.cde.ca.gov/ls/ex/aobd-andcqi-instrucem.asp. Annual Outcome Assets Instruction webpage. https://www.cde.ca.gov/ls/ex/aobd-andcqi-instrucem.asp. Next slide, please.
Questions. Please contact the ASP Eval Help Desk for any questions on the report at aspeval@cde.ca.gov. Next slide, please.
Thank you. This concludes our webinar.